Going to your LCS is like
magic rays of sunshine that come down when you're feeling blue.
Welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher. So let's jump right into it. We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. Welcome back, YouTube. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and I have to tell you, going to my LCS on a Saturday morning, there is nothing better than that. It's one of my favorite places in the world because I love comics, I love toys, and I love most collectible items. With that said, I took a drive out on Saturday morning to see what they had, and I hadn't been there in quite a while. I'm going to show you what I picked up at the end of this video, so stick around, but I figured I never showed you the shop before. So before we do that, I want to remind you guys, if you're not a current sub of the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button. You definitely will not regret it. Do me the favor, smash the like button. It really helps the channel out. But enough said, guys. Let's check out Zapp Comics, one of my favorite places on planet Earth. All right, so we're on our way to Zapp Comics in Wayne, New Jersey. Haven't been there in about a month or so. We're gonna go check out and see what they got. All right, so we're on our way. We're about 25 minutes away. They open at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's actually 9:30 a.m. right now. So I always like to hit up them early because I feel people go there as soon as they open. They look through all the wall books. They pull out whatever they can through the back issues because Zapp usually has some great books. So I'm hoping we're going to find some great stuff there today. But not only that, they usually have some great selection of vintage and modern toys. We're also going to be taking a look at that. So hopefully we can find something real cool. They're usually great about having something that's really unique. So check back in a little bit. We headed right for the vintage toy display, and as you guys can see, they had some amazing stuff. Some vintage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Most of the Turtles were there. My favorite, of course, Michelangelo was there, April O'Neil, and a few other Turtles figures that I really wasn't familiar with. But as you scroll down, you guys could see some Street Fighter 2 figures from back in the day, a classic Shawn Michaels still mint on card, and these amazing Star Wars figures from the 1970s. They had R2-D2, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, Darth Vader, C-3PO, Luke Skywalker, and I believe a Jawa there at the end. Now, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but to see those things still mint on card and on display, some of them were going for over $1,000 each. Just amazing. Some vintage Star Wars playsets, some more Turtles, and a few other great toys here in the case. The other case had more modern figures and some statues, some classic He-Man figures from the 200X line, some newer Transformers figures, and of course, as we go down there, a crazy Superpowers Martian Manhunter, which is actually, I think, a pretty rare Superpowers figure, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to go and head over to more modern figures, a lot of Marvel Legends, some Motu Origins. You guys know I collect that line, and I am pretty caught up with it. But as we go further down, we're going to see some more modern G.I. Joe, some Marvel, some other Marvel Legend. Of course, this amazing Spider-Man bobblehead, a Patch and Hulk set, and of course, some X-Men 97 goodness. The great thing about Zapp is not only do they have comics in their main wall, but they have some back issues like some smaller keys also along the back issue bins. So as you can see right here, some smaller keys, some great covers, a great Godzilla book, which I have actually never seen before, some Maximum Carnage, some reprints of the Death of Captain Marvel, a Bone issue, and some more great Batman keys. So here is the main wall with all the big books that Zapp Comics has right now. Now they usually get a ton of great stuff in, so you really have to keep peeled to their Instagram page. They'll always post bigger books that they do have in stock at certain times. But as you can see, we're going to pause this video right here and I'm going to point out some of the major keys they have right now. The first appearance of Bane, Doctor Strange #1, a couple of classic Fantastic Four issues, a Godzilla #1 on the top right, and also the first appearance of Darkseid. A Hulk #6, a great Silver Age book, first appearance of Warlock in his own title, a Miss Marvel #1, of course Secret Wars #8, a She-Hulk #1, a great Silver Surfer #1, a fantastic book right now, one of my favorites, ASM #40, of course a first appearance of Morbius, ASM 101, some great Spidey issues along with a Star Wars #1. We have the first appearance of Gamora, the first Dormammu, and of course a Submariner #1. And then all the way to the right, we have the first time the Flash and Superman race and a classic Neil Adams cover. And not even going to talk about all the X-Men keys at the bottom of this picture right now. Look at all those vintage toys. Take it all in and all these classic silver, bronze, and copper age book on this wall. I can't even call out all the keys. Great Wendigo cover, a Godzilla 1 again, some great Silver Age X-Men keys, first appearance of Apocalypse, a Wolverine 2 and 3, some great Silver Age Captain America, some awesome Bronze Age Batman keys to boot. We have a first appearance of Carnage, first appearance of Cloak and Dagger, and some more amazing Spider-Man keys. And not only that, some early Avengers books as well. I can't tell you how much I love looking at this wall. Every time I go into Zapp Comics, I literally am mesmerized by this thing. Now keep in mind, I'm not even mentioning all the new books that come out each week. They have a giant wall of new books, all the omnibus and of course trade paperbacks, all the Funko Pops and statues. Zapp Comics is your place for everything collectible, and I love going there on a Saturday morning. Oh, I really love this place. If I could get there every day, I probably would stop in. It's a little far from me, about a half hour from my home, but I'll try to go there Saturday morning, first thing, right when they open. And I was actually there a couple of minutes early, and there were people already inside spending a ton of money, so I got to learn to get there a little bit earlier. Regardless, sometimes I'm able to sneak there during the week after work if I leave work a tad early, but it's been few and far between recently. With that said, I was able to pick up a couple of things today. I have been eyeing this book for a while, Wolverine #17, in this great red cover. This one in that Nintendo cover, I believe it's a Jim Lee cover that's orange and yellow. I've been hunting for those two books, but I want to find them for the right price. And with the Deadpool 3 movie coming out, some people are trying to take advantage. But Zapp is always on the money, 15 bucks. That's right where the book should be. The other thing that I picked up was something that I wanted to replace in my collection. I had the 4 issues of The Dark Knight Returns, but I actually ended up selling them at King Con 5 this year. So I wanted to pick up a trade paperback. You guys know this is one of my favorite storylines of all time, so I definitely wanted to add this back in the collection. So I almost thought about picking up a 9.8 signed by Frank Miller, but it's a little pricey for me right now, so I think just having the trade paperback in the collection is enough for now. The other thing that I picked up were some football cards. If you guys know me, I'm a big football fan, coach it, played it. So these are from 1987, and we're going to take a look at what's inside. You guys ready? All right, let's check out the first pack here. I'm not really hoping for anything. I don't remember actually who's in that 1987 set, but you guys, if you don't know, I'm a New York Jets fan, so maybe we'll get some nice Jets cards or possibly some rookies from that time period. But here we have live action football, San Francisco 49ers, some Super Bowl 26. 1986 divisional playoff, Cleveland versus the New York Jets. So there you go. This is an AFC championship. I remember the Jets losing this game, unfortunately. Super Bowl 14, Pittsburgh versus Los Angeles. Defense of the Redskins. I guess these are all like live action football cards from certain games. Another Super Bowl card, Dallas versus Denver. Buccaneers defense. And of course, Super Bowl 10, Pittsburgh versus Dallas Cowboys. Oh, look at these. Some NFL stickers. Another defense for the Redskins. Oakland versus Minnesota. Buccaneers offense rolling out against the grain. Not too sure about that one. Super Bowl 9, Pittsburgh versus Minnesota. Seahawks offense, not a defender in sight. Super Bowl what is it, number 7, Miami against Washington. And 49ers offense, the rush is on. Again, some old gum that stuck to some of these stickers. I did see a Jets sticker over there. Super Bowl 2, Green Bay versus Oakland. Super Bowl 21, Giants versus Denver. Washington versus the Rams. Chicago versus New England. Washington versus Chicago, NFC 1986 divisional playoff. Super Bowl 18, Raiders versus Washington. Here's a good one. 1986 AFC wildcard game, the Jets against the Kansas City Chiefs. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Again, if you're in the Tri-State area and you have not been to Zapp Comics, I'm telling you right now, you are definitely missing out. It's one of the best places in this area to get comics and all collectible toys. With that said, I want to remind you guys, please follow them on Instagram because you will get deals on comics every time they post them if you're in the area and willing to pick them up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.